I'm Liam Duffy, I'm 21 and I'm a psychology student. So at first, as is probably widely known throughout men, you don't talk about it, you get on with it because everyone says, oh, man up, which I hate the phrase man up, I hate it with a passion. But I knew I needed something and I couldn't carry on not just being me, but being me for other people, if that makes sense, being a friend to someone without being depressed and influencing them. So I went to the University Counselling Services and they took me very seriously. They understood that I'd need support straight away. So I went for, I think it was 5 weeks of counselling, 1 session a week for an hour, which in the grand scheme of things isn't loads, but for someone that has never had any therapy before was quite a big breakthrough for me. And the woman who helped me at counselling, she taught me that it's important to focus on family because family is a massive aspect of everyone's lives. But it's important to take even a tiny bit of time for yourself just in order to make sure that you're okay. So I've been meditating on and off for 2 years now, but I try and do it when I can, and that just gives me 10-15 minutes a day to just focus on myself, make sure that I'm okay, and it does help. I mean, there are times when you don't want to do it, but it does help. I feel as if I'm treated as equally as anyone else when I'm talking about it, and people know that it's happening. But when you mention it at first, people might be taken aback by it, purely because the stigma of a man should feel a certain way, and that's just complete nonsense. Everyone who has a beating heart feels so many different things. So it's okay to be depressed, it's okay to be anxious, it's okay to have OCD. What's not okay is to not talk about it, because the more you don't talk about it, the more it builds up in you. And I let that happen, and it got to a point where I just didn't want to get up in the mornings, and I didn't want to live. There's something that we learn in psychology. If someone's suicidal, it's not that they want to die, it's that they don't want the life they have. And they think by committing suicide that everything's going to be fine because they don't have that life. But if you don't have a life at all, then you can't make an impact on other people, and that's what's most important. No matter what gender, race, sexual orientation you are, if you have a feeling, it's normal. If you wake up and you don't want to get out of bed, there is at least one person out of the entire planet that has felt the exact same emotions as you, which means you're never alone in how you feel. It's always happened to someone, and it always will happen to someone, and that's what's normal about it.